Hi guys, we have so they call it smart balance scooter, or which is the generic type of hoverboard. And I saw on YouTube many had faced the same problem as I did. I just received it 2 days ago from China after waiting for a while, and that's for my daughter Nikki, who's making the video right now.
Hello.
And once we received it, we opened it and we happily rode it for half a day, which had factory charge, and then ran out of charge. When I tried to charge it up, the charger kept showing green light and wouldn't charge the machine. So it was very disappointing, of course, and I noticed many like me when I started searching. Many others like me were having the same problem. I worked on it for 2 days till I figured it out, and I'm gonna let you know what the trick is, and you guys can go about fixing your problem if you wish. Okay, first we're gonna start showing you the gadget that you need. This is called a multimeter. A multimeter is very cheap. You can buy it everywhere, dollar store or other places, and it shows the voltage that comes out of the charger and the direction of the positive and negative charge. What I found out was that the jack of my charger is working properly, so I was getting proper power from the charger. But what was wrong was from the entry, which is here. Yes, from here where the charger is supposed to get hooked to the machine, from behind it, this red and black, red being positive, black being negative, were switched around. So this thing was connected wrong way. The red, which is positive, was getting hooked to the negative of my charger, and the black, which is negative, was getting hooked to my positive part of the charger. Therefore the charger kept having flat green, which meant no charging. But you see now it's discharging. What I had to do, I used this multimeter. A multimeter can show you the current running into anything that provides power. And for this purpose, I'm gonna just disconnect this for a sec. If we pause the video for a while. Now I have my multimeter set. It is on the DC, which means direct current, and if you see, I figured it out. This part is the positive and this part is negative, but you can do it. See, if I put the positive into the positive and negative into the negative, and you see the multimeter, you see it shows 42.4, which, whoops, I have to do it again. I guess my hand slipped. Okay, as you see, we get 42.4 positive. That's when the connections are right. So my charger is giving the right amount of power. What I figured out, when you put the positive and negative, when you switch them, you get the same dial there, but it's minus. So you get 42.4 minus. Why it says minus? Because I wrongly put positive to the negative and negative to the positive. What happened in my machine, I turned it around, opened the screws around, and it's simple, about 9 screws, then the cap comes off, and then what I did, as you see, this was connected to the jack we have, the socket, and on the other end, when I turned it around, opened it, and removed this cap, where this is connected to the motherboard here, I checked it. So I plugged in my charger, I used my pins, and checked if I get proper power, naturally going for positive to positive, negative to negative. But what I got minus 42.2. That right away told me that these two wires were wrongly connected, wrongly soldered onto the socket. That was the problem. So power was going in, but wasn't going on the right direction to the battery, which is behind here. I tested the battery, everything else was right and was fine. So what I did, I didn't have a replacement. I disconnected this socket and pulled it away. Later I may solder it back in the right position, but since this has a groove, I could not turn this around, turn this charger plug and push it to the right pin. So what I did, I stripped the wires and basically pushed the, it is very crude, I know, and some people might be afraid to even try it, but if you do not know how to do these things, you can at least take it to a electronic repair shop in your neighborhood or whatnot, or someone who's good at electronic devices or repairs, or I'm sure every family has somebody who's into these things. Anyways, so I plugged it in like this, put the right positive wire, which is indicated by red, into the positive hole of the charger plug, and the negative into the negative. And look at here, the charger is red. Lo and behold, it was charging. So in 2 hours our scooter was fully charged, and it was yesterday, so from yesterday noon till now, which is in the evening of the day after, so about how many hours, I would say a day and a half, it ran very powerfully, and Nikki really enjoyed it. And if I want to show you here, you see it is charging. Yellow is blinking and this machine is charging, and it's not normal, by the way. When it's charging, this thing heats up, you can touch it and it gets very warm, but once the charging is finished, it cools off and it turns green. And the battery, I checked throughout the charging, was cool and nice, so none of that scare of a fire and whatnot. Anyways, but if you are not good with this kind of stuff, I strongly recommend you to just not do it yourself. Take it to somewhere to do it for you. Later I will change this plug and I will put a proper connection. Either I solder this to the wire and place it back, or I order a new cord from somewhere. Probably there are some venues selling that. This is basically what I figured out. Took me about 2 days and lots of research on the net, and I noticed on YouTube and on the internet many people are suffering from the same thing. Having waited for a long time with their kids, they receive it, this thing happens, either they have to send it back or they have to just put it aside. So I'm very happy to share this information with you. I'm glad that I figured it out, and I hope you guys can fix your problem with your scooters and enjoy it. Thanks a lot. If you liked it, share it please, and thanks to my daughter for doing the video because I couldn't do it on my own. Thanks, Nikki.
Bye.